This is a special report from About Space Today.
Welcome to Special Report. NASA and SpaceX have prepared a contingency evacuation plan as worsening air leaks and structure issues pose significant risks to crew safety on the International Space Station. I'm David Denault, and today NASA and Roscosmos have escalated safety protocols on the International Space Station following an ongoing air leak and mounting structural concerns that now rank among the highest safety risks for the orbiting station. The issues tracked over the past 5 years include a persistent leak in the Russian service module, prompting both space agencies to consider emergency evacuation protocols. And this problem is being reported to all countries involved with the International Space Station. Here's a report from Astra.
In 2022, NASA and Roscosmos identified multiple air leak sources and fixed them, but only managed to bring the air leak rate down to 1.7 pounds per day. And that's how they functioned for years, with this leaky vestibule. At this point, we know that the service module transfer tunnel is cracking. That's why it's leaking. But why is it cracking when nowhere else on the station seems to have that problem, including other areas that are just as old as this tunnel? That's the mystery. They've basically ruled out a debris or micrometeoroid strike. Is it defective workmanship? Is it stress from docking and undocking? The analysis says, based on what the service module transfer tunnel has experienced, it shouldn't be in this state. Yet it is, so something is going on. The location of the leak is actually incredibly lucky, honestly, because it can be sealed off by an airlock to mitigate air loss. Right now on the ISS, they keep the hatch on that area closed, and so it doesn't really impact day-to-day functioning of the ISS. If the leak gets significantly worse and they feel like it's a present danger, they can just close off the tunnel completely and permanently. They would lose a valuable Progress docking port, but it is a good option. But without understanding why these cracks are happening, it remains a serious danger to the astronauts and cosmonauts aboard the ISS and severely complicates any plan to extend the life of space station.
NASA's Office of Inspector General recently identified more than 50 areas of concern on the 25-year-old space station, with the Russian module leak alone being upgraded to top safety risk level, rated 5 out of 5. While NASA Associate Administrator Jim Free highlighted the agency's proactive approach, stating, quote, "We have conveyed the seriousness of the leaks multiple times, including when I was in Russia earlier this year," end quote. NASA and Roscosmos have reached an agreement to limit the module's use, keeping that hatch closed during non-essential hours to minimize air loss. NASA has also taken additional measures by contracting SpaceX for a contingency evacuation plan, paying $266,000 to prepare for an emergency return of U.S. astronauts who would otherwise depend on Russian spacecraft. If you enjoyed our reports, remember to like and subscribe to our podcast. I'm David Denault.
This has been a special report from About Space Today.